Hudson Museum collection includes thousands of indigenous stone tools from all over North America. This video is going to show you some of the tools which were made using a technique called knapping, which is striking a softer stone with a harder stone or an antler over and over again in a precise way that makes the tool sharp, if not even sharper than a metal knife that we would use today. Most of the tools in our collection are from Oregon and Washington and along the Columbia and Deschutes rivers. A lot of folks will come in here and they look at our collection and they refer to all of our knapped tools as arrowheads, but there's actually a lot of different kinds of tools within our collection. So those tools might actually be arrowheads. Sometimes they're darts and sometimes they're knives. And there's drills and a lot of other different kinds. There's a lot of tools that we have that are scrapers that were used for just processing hides or processing plant materials as well. Generally speaking, people only started using arrows in this part of the world about 2,500 years ago. So anything that was before then, and we have archaeological record of folks living and working in these areas for up to 14,000 years ago. So there's a lot of years there before the use of arrows. So we have different archaeological methods that we can use to date stuff. One of the things that we refer to as comparative analysis. So if we find something and we know how old it is based on a few different techniques, then anything that looks like that fits into the same category and generally has about the same time frame. For example, this little tool here, we can date to about 200 to 500 years ago. And there's a few different spots on here that kind of show that information. The way that the points are shaped, the size of it gives us a lot of clues. This one dates to about 500 to 1,000 years ago, so significantly older. And then this guy is 2,300 to 3,500 years old. So to give you an idea, that's a huge jump in time. And we can just tell a lot of this stuff based on the size and the shape. Prior to the use of arrows, most folks hunted and used darts using a tool called an atlatl. And if you want to look that up, it's spelled ATL. And it was a mechanism for projecting a dart for incredibly long distances that was just as accurate as shooting an arrow, but a little bit more clumsy for folks to use. So when it comes to different tool types, there could be something as general as a biface that would be ultimately something that has been shaped on both sides. So it's got two faces, hence biface. You'll notice here on these that they have a lot of different grooves. So if you can imagine when they were making this, they were hitting this over and over and over again. Each one of these grooves represents at least one strike that would end up making this sharp and then shape it to the size and the dimensions that you wanted to be able to use it. So bifaces were typically a tool that has been used as time immemorial, as Native Americans would say, all the way through when stone tools were started getting replaced by other material types. Another type of tool that was pretty common and was used over long periods of time is a drill. So whenever you needed to be able to drill into a bone or plant material, then you might have something shaped like this, and you can see that it's skinnier here, and it would just be used just to twist into and create a hole. And that's why this piece is like harder or bigger for us to be able to hold on to it and use it in this way. Knives are something that we obviously have a lot of them now for cooking and for a lot of things that we need to cut. And the same thing has been true for a long time here in Oregon and Washington. So the stone tools were shaped to be functional as knives. Sometimes they might have had a handle that could have been made out of antler, or it could have been made out of wood, or sometimes they didn't have a handle at all. We're very proud to host our indigenous tools collection here at the Hudson Museum. We hope you'll come by and check it out sometime. Our docents have lots of information, so feel free to ask questions. We hope to see you soon.